Hello and welcome to episode 28 of our Ostriv Alpha 4.6 Let's Play. It is February of 1765 in our town. We're right at 1,200 people. We have some available houses because we had a glitch at the end of the last episode where people got stuck and then they moved out because they couldn't get any firewood because they were stuck, because they couldn't go buy any firewood because they were stuck. So I reloaded, seems to have fixed that, so we're going to catch up a little bit. Probably get up to about 1240 or 1250 when everybody moves back in. But we are going to do our best in this episode to make sure that we are further optimizing stuff. We did have a comment about our fishing docks maybe not being fully staffed, and it looks like that's actually the case. We're only hiring 2 people for the on season. I think that's for most of them. So we're going to go ahead and fix that. Because I think I had adjusted that a long time ago when I had a similar glitch happen, I don't know, a couple episodes back. So that is a good thing we got that taken care of. I had not even remembered that that was something that had been a problem. So that ought to help with our fish production a little bit. So we do have some stored up, but this granary should be pretty much full. I'm glad we took a look at that. Now, otherwise, we have a couple other things we could probably take care of. We do need to put some stuff here. I'm thinking that's going to be more production type stuff. So if we take a look at our economic settings here, we are making money, so I'm not too worried about any of these things right here. I'm more concerned about our production over on the left here, particularly with regard to clothing. We have, we're not storing a ton, but we're also not running out. So theoretically it's fine, but we could use a little bit more. So we'll probably have to find a spot to do some clothing production. Maybe over here would be a good spot because we have all this extra space. And I don't know, we should probably check and see how much, oh, we have no hemp stored. No hemp stored, no flax stored. We probably need to have some more of that. So actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and add some more fields to the farm here. And we can grow some hemp. Let's try our favorite method. Get that to 50, 50, 50, 50. Looking good. We'll add the last field. Well, it's not perfect, but nobody is, right? It's just the way things go. Ooh, look at that. Got the 450s without even trying. So what we'll go ahead and do with this, if I can keep my mouse in the correct part of the screen, is turn this into hemp, either potatoes or sunflowers. Probably going to be sunflowers. Let's actually check this again. I probably should have looked at all this at the same time. Yeah, we should probably make sunflowers. So that's going to be sunflowers. And actually, I think we might do flax because flax also makes linseed, which is helpful for animals. So we'll go ahead and start this one on sunflowers and this one on flax. Go ahead and activate both of those. So this farm will be fully equipped to take care of the rest of the stuff that we are lacking. We should have, well, 2 out of every 3 years we will have 1 each and such of sunflower and flax. So that's something to look forward to there. And of course we can always purchase what we can't make, provided of course that, you know, trading partners are willing to sell it. Iron ore will probably always need to be buying. Flour, we'll go ahead and, we have so much money we can afford to buy stuff. Sella, we have a nice bit of dried fish we'll go ahead and import even though we already have some. Lime, we'll go ahead and get some more of that. Leather, we are doing just fine on. Alright, so that's taken care of. So in preparation for that, we can go ahead and get started with some tailor's workshops and weaver's workshops. So, most logical step would be to first guarantee that we've got some adequate transportation here. So we'll start with a cart shed right here. Then on the outside of that, just because we can, we'll put some cart parking for other people who don't work at the cart shed to use. And then that gives us a little space in here where we can start with some weavers' workshops. Now, I'm not going to just make a super ridiculous grid in here, because that is not super interesting. And we have plenty of space, so I don't have to worry about wasting space or anything like that. I'll go ahead and do a weaver's workshop here. We do another one right here, and then off to the side we'll put a tailor's workshop. If I can hit the right buttons for once. Because remember, we do have this entryway right here. So we put a tailor's workshop there, then we have these things right next to each other. That actually might be a little close. So we will move the tailor's workshop over just a little bit. There's probably enough space the first time anyway. But that's going to let us have a kind of a somewhat interesting area over here that's not just a complete square. Let's see. We've got hemp. We'll go ahead and purchase. Wheat. Textile. Because why not, right? And I learned in the comments of one of the previous videos that this is actually a real city in Ukraine. And one of our commenters lives there. So if that's you, hello. Thanks for the info. That's super interesting to learn about all this different stuff. Probably would butcher the pronunciation. I believe it's Mediva, actually, with the R being kind of a harder D sound. I don't know. Apologies. I do have Czech ancestry, but I do not know any Eastern European languages. Okay. I think we're probably okay for now. We'll just let them get these things taken care of. I know we already had some cart parking here, but, you know, you can never really have too many carts. Go ahead and do that. And judging by the condition of these two carts here, we should probably go ahead and build another carpentry. Because they seem to be pretty busy. Maybe, maybe not. If I have room here, I might put one. If not, we might just leave this open. I guess this could fit, but that might end up being kind of weird. We'll go ahead and order cards here. And we'll copy our settings. Looking good. These are all plowed, waiting on sowing to occur. And Derkachi is here. Again. We'll just keep on selling our stuff. No reason not to, right? We're probably doing just fine on that. I mean, we do have a carpentry here, but they never seem like they're able to actually keep up. Actually, now that I think about it. Okay, no, this is doing fine. I am kind of worried about the whole wood situation here. Well, it seems to be doing okay. We should check our wood supply. These things up here. Okay, I mean, they're working. We could probably use a couple more trees planted here and there. But these forest trees are not going to stay here, so I'm not going to invest in planting reforestation areas right in this exact spot. Do I have another forest tree over here? I don't think I do. So we're probably actually okay for now, but once this area gets a little bit more cleaned out, then we'll be putting other stuff here as well. Look at what we've got going on over here. Quite happy with this. This is a very large town. Stuff is going very, very well. We still only have 6 fields for some of these farms though. So why don't we go ahead? We're gonna need a lot more flax. Why don't we go ahead and just add some more fields? Because 1, because we can. 2, because it's well, because we can. Don't really need a better reason than that, right? Assuming I can actually, you know, measure out correctly here. Close enough. It'll be fine. We will be all right. I'll get that to line up here. Part of me wishes that there was an automatic option for just maximum size field, but that would probably take a little bit of the fun away from it. Anyway, we'll do the exact same thing with this one that we did with the others. Sunflower and flax. And then we'll start this one on sunflower and flax and just move it over to flax. Activate. So that's now has 8. This one down here doesn't quite have enough room. We're going to make that... It might go all the way out. We'll see. This one up here already has 8 fields, I believe, or 7. There's not really too much room for one more. This one has only 6. But there's, again, not a ton of room. I could... Well, no, we have the reforestation areas, so this one's probably actually fine with 6. I just wanted to make sure that we had a little bit more space for flax and sunflowers, because those are very, very important for making new stuff. Anyway, so our little area over here is working just fine. We'll go ahead to the last one and supply that. And the tailor's workshop, we can do the same exact thing. Barvin Cove. Let's see what they've got. Iron ore. We'll get some of that so our people have something to do. Probably should have some more wheat too. We don't need to sell flour. Our people need to, actually consume that. I'll go and buy some Horilka, buckwheat, sheepskin. Are we out of sheepskin? There's no way. There's no way we're out of sheepskin. That can't be possible. Well, let's go check our sheep stuff here. Okay. I did have sheep die because they weren't getting fed, so maybe we are out of sheepskin. Let's go ahead and buy some sheepskin and some wool, because we're a little lacking, just a little lacking in those departments, because all of our sheep died. That's fine. Well, like I said, we have no housing available, and we're just under 1250, and we are hovering between no jobs available and nobody looking for jobs, so we're probably in a pretty good spot, all things considered. We could be adding a couple more houses. I think I can get away with putting either a really big one or 2 big ones or 3 smaller ones here. So I think if we're careful how we do this, we should be able to get this at least somewhat nicely set up here. I think I want something like this. I think. It doesn't have to be perfectly straight, it just has to kind of generally match what's going on. And then we'll come over here on the other side and match this up like so. And then we'll do one of these, put the house back a little bit here. And that will fill up a little bit of this space and create a little bit of visual interest. We're not going to have much room for anything here, so I think we can go ahead and put in some birch trees just right down the middle of this area right here. All right, and that creates a little bit of separation here that should be interesting. And of course, we'll fill in with the dog rose bush. I kind of like this, actually having this separated like this. It's pretty intriguing, in my opinion. Kind of reminds me of islands, at least in the American road system. They'll plant trees and shrubs in between lanes of travel. Sometimes it looks interesting. Guess we have to wait for these trees to get planted, huh? There we go. And now I can actually put more, because the trees are not having as big of a collision box. Just need this last one to get built, and looks like it has been. Okay, so that will grow up pretty nicely. We did that over here as well, somewhere. Oh, it was right here. They did plant all of these. Let's see, over here. I can't ever remember where I do stuff when it goes like 3 days between recording. Yeah, these never got planted. I wonder They must be too far from a forestry. So we'll just conveniently ignore that for a while. Looks like this first house is done. Immediately occupied. Immediately. This one should be done as well. Well, relatively quickly at least. And there we go. Also immediately occupied. This is a substantial improvement to occupy a little bit of that space. Now right here is probably going to end up being some more production type stuff. But we do have this tailor's workshop that wasn't built when I did the last little bit of stuff copying, so it should be okay now. Yeah, looking good. Everything is looking nicely here. We've got pigs that are well fed. We've got cows. We can actually go ahead and slaughter some of these older ones. Kind of stimulate our beef economy here. Remember, we only need to have one of reproducing age. That's all we need. And I can't slaughter this one because they don't have anything else. Okay. This is just something I like to do every so often to make sure that the population is kept in check. And we have the maximum amount of milk producing cows possible. Because that only helps. Why are there only 6 cows here? Oh, that's right, because a bunch of them died. So we can, we'll keep that one. We do still only need 1 bull to make a bunch of baby cows. So that seems to be okay. Oh yes, iron ore. We'll get a ton of that. We'll get some more mead. Honey, we have a ton of dried fish. We should be making a lot more this year. Sunflower oil. We'll go ahead and export our 4,000 of them. Clothing we have none because we haven't been harvesting enough. So stuff's looking pretty good. I think we are making some great progress here. We have plenty of hay stored up. We need to do something else over here. Haven't quite figured out what that's going to be yet. And then this whole area down here could definitely use some more. But I don't know how to check which areas are overpopulated in terms of jobs available versus jobs taken. That would be kind of cool to have like a heat map almost of population density versus available jobs. I'm sure that's something that has been considered at some point, but you know, the game's in alpha, so I'm not going to get too bent out of shape for it not existing. Okay, so this is looking good. I think I can get a couple more houses in here. So if I have this like this, then I can, ooh, yes. We'll go right until it says it's too long, which is right about here. I like that. That is interesting and different. We'll turn right around. And we'll line that up there. Then we'll line this up. Like this. That adds a couple houses, takes up a bunch of space. And that will look interesting. And as soon as these trees are cleared out a little bit more, we can put some more houses here. But that'll be something neat to look at. We still have a bunch of open vacancies, but our farms seem to not be having a problem harvesting, so that is positive and good. Man, we're having a lot of children born here. Yeah, looking good. We might not get a ton of growth out of our sunflowers and flax this year, because we did just plant those. But we can go ahead here. We can plant some more trees because we have the ability to make sure that works. Now, if I did this correctly. Oh. We're almost there. Okay, still too long. Alright, we're going to have to be surgically precise here. We'll start there. Get our 50. Oh, come on. Oh, it's so close. It's so close. Look at this. It is so close. We'll start there. Yes, I know I could have just gone the other way and probably would have been easier. Oh, come on. Well, at some point this will have to work, right? Plus it's probably tilting someone in the comments. Sometimes that's fun. Anyway, that should keep them busy for a little bit of time. It's the same people we just had. Okay, so we don't need to worry about that. This other house is done over here. Yeah, I think that's going to be a nice addition to this area. Kind of keeps things on a grid, but it's at a 45-degree angle, so it's a little bit different. Now, if I was smart, which I am not always, and no, not smart. I failed to have this be the correct width for big arch number 2. But we can still use small arch. Nothing inherently wrong with that. All right, and then we can come back in with our fence. And dress this up just a little bit. Looking good. So that is an improvement. We will get to that when we get to that. I think this little gazebo here in the shade is nice when these trees are all grown up. We'll put some trees here at some point. For now, got a cart shed here. We don't have cart parking. We actually don't have any cart parking over here. We have one here for all these chickens. We need to plant more wheat. We definitely need to plant more wheat. But if I stop selling all the flour, maybe we won't have as many of an issue with it. Yeah, we could probably stand to have more cart parking. Man, isn't this boring? Just a completely straight line. We'll fix all this. It just takes time. Yeah, at some point I should probably start selling merchandise with that on it. I say it enough. I don't know. I don't think anyone would want to buy anything like that. Cows are looking good. Hay barrack is fully stocked. Got plenty of people gathering. We might actually tax our farms a little bit hard with all of this to harvest. But this one seems to be doing okay. We do still have another entire month, 2 months, 2.5 months to pick up all of the threshed stuff. Go ahead and buy... Yeah, whatever. I'll go ahead and buy a bunch of sheep. We need the sheep population boost anyway. Sell this. Sell 2,000 of these. We maybe could start selling metal parts, although that's really not enough to justify. And everybody knows we need a whole bunch of metal parts. So since we can still use some more people, why don't we go ahead and put in a couple more houses over here? I kind of like the idea of following these general lines here. So see if I can get this to match up. There. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. Rotate this house just because we can. We'll get this kind of straightened out here. We'll do the exact same thing right here. Then, like so. And that will keep things kind of in line here. And this comes out right to the edge of this field. And I sure left a lot of space up at the top here. I can almost guarantee this is not going to get any bigger than it is now. So I can go ahead and kind of get that done like so. And then I think we can do some interesting shaped houses here. No, I like stuff like this where it's weird. It's not like creepy weird. It's just like, strange weird. All right. So we got this set up like so. If I want to maintain a minimum distance here, probably have to go no bigger than that. But then I can come down here. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. I like that. We can extend this. And make this one a little smaller, actually. Yeah, that'll be nice. Then we can put another house here to kind of force them to do a weird little corner. Why not, right? If we are trying to create something that is visually interesting, then something like this would be a departure from the norm, to be sure. So actually, that's pretty close to a Star Wars meme. A surprise, to be sure, but a welcome one. We'll put that house there. Move this up just a tiny bit. Yeah, that's unique. That's kind of fun. Just kind of get this going here, and I think we can fit... This might actually be a little small for a strange-shaped house plot. But I know we can put one here. I think if I go all the way down to here... Oh, here comes snow. We are just about out of time for this episode. Oh, I can't put this here. This is where they get into this house thing. Okay, well, we won't worry about that then. But look at all this. We've got quite a bit of stuff done here. We added a bunch of houses. Got some pretty nice harvesting. Yeah, look at all that. And I think... Yeah, they got it all gathered too. Looking good. Looking very good. So that should help our prospects for producing stuff substantially, because we have so many things gathered here. So yeah, lots to be happy with here. Got some interesting shaped new houses going in. I think we've accomplished a pretty good amount for today's episode. As always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Hope that you'll join me over on twitch.tv/JCTheBeard for some other live stream antics. Probably not doing too many city builders over there, so it'll be different type of things like RPGs and stuff like that. And city building will probably mostly be here on YouTube for live streaming. But I hope you will be a part of all that fun stuff. Thanks so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.